Hello. So today we're going to talk about the BLE Bluetooth connection. Uh, it's called Login and Connect, but I assume you've already watched the login or the setting up the correct web app. So basically, I'll just briefly go through this. If you're going to log in, you just hit the login button up here, type your email here. The password you'll type is either the one you changed it to or the one you received in the congratulations on your FoosFit purchase. The email you use is the one you set your account up with. That's the one when you purchased the FoosFits, you gave us. So that's the one we set up with Stripe, right? So you'll just hit submit and then it'll log you in. And this Greg Go is just I call it a dummy test guy. So hello, Greg Go. The key here is the Bluetooth connection. So as you can see back there on the table, I have two devices connected. You can connect up to four on an account, obviously, because there's four rods on the table for one side. Right now, we just have two connected. I have the goalie rod and I have the two rod connected. On the box itself, or on the device, if you have a phase two, there should be a number. It should say like, some MAC address or FoosFit dash, whatever. That's how you're going to know which device is going to be connected. As you can see here, there's four connects. You have to connect the device to the correct rod here, or else you're going to confuse the app, right? So the first one's the goalie, two rod, five rod, and then three rod, okay, from top to bottom. I really should add the word goalie here. I don't know why I never did that, but funny part is nobody's ever asked for it. So, but I see it now. It's like I'm doing a second video now, and I'm like, But what you're going to do on this first one, let's say we want to connect the goalie. Well, first thing is on the left here, I've added this recently, is there's a disconnect button. That just makes it easier. If you run into a problem, you can just hit disconnect here. The second thing here is the version. It always starts out as 0.0. Once you connect your devices, it requests the version from the device and it sends it back. Now the app knows how to talk to you if there's any version differences. And then there's a connect button. That's the actual button we're gonna push in a second to connect. And then we're going to talk about this. I'll call it the pairing or linking. Really, it's the linking of devices. So let's go ahead and do it and see what happens. Now, I will tell you that I implemented some stuff recently. People were having trouble connecting. It's called a GAT server, and they were having trouble. Uh, it's not something we did. It's just lower level stuff that happens. So I did a thing where it does a retry. So when you hit connect, if it's struggling to connect, you'll see retry one, and it'll pop retry two. It'll go up to three, and then it'll just hang and say, no luck. Sometimes it'll pop a message up, but if it doesn't, you can just hit the connect again and then hit cancel, and then it may give you some warnings like, hey, I'm just having trouble. Weird things happen at lower levels. Sometimes you just have to refresh the app, right? Just hit refresh and start over. But I just want to let you know that. So if you see it happen, and I'll tell you something else as well when we get there, but let's hit the connect. Now, I remember that the E6 is my goalie. Okay. So you see FoosFit dash 95, blah, 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 E6. So let's go ahead and hit that and then hit pair. Now, while it's connecting, you see it says retry one. That means it didn't connect on the first time. Now, when it connects, it's going to change to configure right here. And it's going to light up kind of a bright green. And I'm going to show you if I hit the green button really quick after it connects, it's not going to let me go into the menu. And I'll explain why in a second. You see, it's actually having trouble right now connecting. So let's see what happens. So if it hangs, it should retry two, retry three. I've seen sometimes it doesn't. It's just it's stuff that we don't control at the application level. It's more of a Chrome thing. It's happening at a lower level. So usually I let it sit here just to see. It usually doesn't take this long, honestly, but I just want to see what's going to happen. I guess it's a good test for a video, right? So you can see that we occasionally struggle as well. Now I can hit the connect here and I can say cancel like that. It says unable to connect, try again first, and then you see it's trying again now, right? Retry two, retry three. Let's see what happens. Just want to see. I may end up refreshing the browser. So I kind of want to keep this in the video because I want you to feel what you may see. I don't want you to be confused or act like I'm trying to hide something from you or whatever. Uh, because these are the kind of questions we get. I can't connect, what's going on? So it's struggling, right? So let's do a refresh, rerun the app. Let's connect it again. In a very rare case, sometimes I turn the devices off and then turn them back on because it could be on the device side. It might not be a Chrome problem. Maybe it's struggling to talk to the device. Okay, so I'm gonna hit the E6 again, and I'm gonna hit pair. There you go, connected. Now I'm gonna hit configure real quick. You see that message pop up? It says, wait a second for device to update. If it remains 00 for more than a few seconds, try again. Because what it's telling you is, you see right here where it says 3.7? Well, when it first connects, it's still going to be 00 until it gets the message back from the device telling it which version it is. So if you try to hit the configure window, it's not going to let you in. I used to allow it. Then I had customers call and saying, I'm in the app and it's not working right. And then I ask them, what's the version say? And they go back and it says 00. And I say, oh, something went wrong. Some message got lost on the way back from the device and it didn't update the app and you ran into this. So now I don't let you in until it has a valid version there. So just for grins, let's just make sure that we connect it to the right device, right? So I'll hit the configure and I go into the goalie. See, it says configure goalie device. I hit start. I'm gonna hit the little red play button right here. Aha, I see the goalie moving. So that's good news. So I'm gonna hit stop. Let's go back. If I hit the little button right here to go back. Now let's connect the other guy. So we already did E6. Let's do F7. Hit pair. And watch it. It says 00. Oh, it's having a retry. Ah, there you go. Connected. If I hit it too early, look, see, same message. See that? But now it says 3.7. So if it never does update to 3.7 on one of the devices, you're going to have to hit the disconnect button here and then try to reconnect it. Now, I'm going to go into this window as well, just for sanity's sake, and I'm going to hit start. Aha, two rod went. Perfect. Now we got two rods moving. Now let's go back and talk about something very basic here. There's some really cool features that happen within the app, but they have to happen together in a lot of cases. If you had to go into the goalie and then go into the two rod and then go into the goalie to do everything, you would probably drive yourself nuts and then you'd shoot me. So what I implemented was a way to tell the app, hey, you tell me as a customer where which devices you want to work together. In this case, it makes sense. If we're a goalie and we're a two rod, we want those guys to interact together, right? So what you do is you tell the app, you click here like that, and you click here, and that basically says, hey app, whenever you're in the configure window, whatever the user tells me to do, I want you to do it to the other guy too, right? Now there are things which you'll learn as you use that more that are independent, like ranges and positions and certain defenses. They are independent. They're supposed to do different things. So you wouldn't want them to be. And the app is smart enough to know, oh, you're setting a range and you're in the two rod. I'm just going to set the two rod. Okay. In that case, it's up to you as a user to know when you're doing things that are independent that I need to be in the right run. I've done that before. I'm in the goalie and I'm doing something. I'm trying to make the two rod do something and I'm going, oh, what's going on? Then I realize it says goalie, Dennis. Right. Boom. So, uh, so I have them paired now. At this point, in theory, you could go into either rod and it's going to always, if you're in the two rod, it's always going to send messages to the goalie. If you're in the goalie, it's always going to send to the two rod, right? So I normally, just out of probably convenience, I just hit the goalie. So I'm in the goalie. It says configure goalie device, right? So at this point, anything I do, if I hit start right here, watch, see, it started both rods. See that? And that's what you wanted to happen. Okay. If I hit stop, it stops both rods. So at this point, I just wanted to show you how to connect watch for your version number, make sure you're getting the version updated, and make sure that both versions are the same. Because if you have one device that's on a different version, maybe you upgraded but didn't upgrade the other one, certain features won't work if the devices aren't in the same version number, okay? And make sure that you pair them. Now, you don't have to, but in most cases, you'll want to, okay? So that's all I have on Connect BLE. One more thing, sorry. If you're sitting here and you connected and then you get a message pops up that says MAC address mismatch, that is because we made a mistake probably. We did we typoed or something your address wrong in the data fill. So your device is telling the app, "Hey, I'm so and so," and it compares it to your entry in the database and says that's not the same guy, and it's going to pop up a message and you have to tell us. And usually I tell people is don't send me an image on your device because that's probably where the typo is. What I want you to do is I'm going to disconnect these guys. I'm going to hit connect here. And when it pops up these two, I want you to send me a screenshot of that. That is what the device, it doesn't matter what's typoed on your device, actual device, the little printed thing we put there. Even if it's the same, I want to see that because that is what it's really using to make the comparison. Okay. So sorry, I almost missed that. I would have been crazy, but if I missed it, but so if you see that or some other message pop up, just take note of the message, send us an email to support, FoosFit support, and we'll get you fixed up as fast as possible. I'll try to process everybody's email as soon as I see them come in if I'm available. Okay. So thank you very much. Get foosing.